Hello, I'm Claire. Welcome to my channel, Clarobobbins. It's a Friday Sews. Thanks to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for giving us this hashtag to share our makes and a little bit of life from the week we've had in our sewing rooms. So, my week, I've been sewing for my sunshine holiday wardrobe. So you saw a few of my plans recently, and I've been using a Sew Upcycle project to make some lovely shorts for my holiday. So pop back in a moment to see what I've made. It's the first time for this particular pattern. What did I think? See you in just a moment to find out. Okay, here we go. I used a pair of very old linen trousers that I bought in Greece from Emporium. I think it was a kind of French type shop. Disappointingly, when I looked at the label, it said they were made in China. I bought them in about 1989. Nothing changes, does it? But they were well, they had a drawstring. They were very plain. I'm hoping that I'm showing you a photograph up here somewhere, wherever, of what the trousers looked like before I started. And I've certainly got a photograph of when I unpicked the fabric, and I was really pleased to see that the legs were done out of one piece of fabric, which would explain why they weren't ever a great fit. It left me lots of fabric to use for my shorts. So these are the shorts. I'm really pleased with them. Here we go. I made elasticated waist getaway shorts by Pattern Emporium. They look a bit enormous here, but they're a nice fit. And I'll be popping some photographs and maybe a bit of video up as we go. They have a back patch pocket here. I made them quite a generous fit. I wanted, I chose the higher rise. There are two rises. There's a low rise and a mid rise, and they fit nicely, about 2 inches below my natural waistline. I just made these as is, in their size 14. I probably could have sized down to a 12. They're a generous fit, but I deliberately wanted linen shorts that were quite full, that would look nice, hopefully with the downtown jacket I'm making in linen. And I wanted them to be a loose fit. I love the way they fit. My only slight disappointment is that the waistband it fitted really well when I'd first did the elastic, but with all of the stitching on the waistband, which does then stretch nicely, that's stopped the recovery a little bit of the elastic, so it doesn't quite, it feels slightly big on me. So they'll be perfect for, you know, a day out on a bus where I don't want a tight waistband. They'll be perfect if I've had a lot to eat. They'll be perfect for, you know, sitting and being cozy and comfortable, or cool and comfortable, because they're linen. Because I don't have much in the way of hips, they might not stay up terribly well. So I'm contemplating, although I haven't done anything about it yet, I'm contemplating making some belt loops to go on there that I could just sew them on over the waistband, and that will solve that problem, because I could wear a belt with it if I chose to. Other than that, and it was my mistake really, I did wonder if I got the waistband tight enough, but it's a little bit of a kind of suck it and see, isn't it? But unfortunately, once you've done it, it's kind of too late to change it. I could take the waistband off. I don't have any more fabric. This is all I have left of these trousers. So yeah, there's not much. There's that little bit, and there are these little bits. Yeah, nothing left. Oh, dropped a piece. That's all there is left. I was surprised just how much fabric it would take to make shorts, given that they were a pair of trousers to start with. You'd have thought I'd had loads, but they're a lovely shape. I really like the shape of them. and I think they look quite smart and dressy given that they're an elasticated waist short. I made them the longest length. I really like that. I think with a jacket they will look quite dressy. They look great with a t-shirt over, and I think that they'd look good even with a cropped t-shirt, which I'm hopefully going to make for my holiday. This is quite cropped, this Curso top. I think they'd look great with that, and that would fit really nicely with the linen jacket. So I think that'd make a nice option, and then they could wear the pants with the jacket too. I made the Loddon pants, Loddon trousers. This is the Cashmerette Curso, and I made the Style Arc Loddon pants out of the same fabric, and it was a really successful make. It was a fabric with a fate make that I made in the spring. I'd got no idea what to do with this fabric. It was a voile from Rainbow Fabrics, and my issue was I bought it to do a dress and I ended up with two different fabrics, a twill and a voile, in the same print. And it was obviously on the machine. It comes to the end of one roll of fabric, the next one it started going, and then to cut it off. But I ended up with 1 metre of this and 2 metres of the twill. Well, it made the perfect cord set, so I'm really pleased with it. At the time when it arrived, I was really disappointed. They gave me a full refund because there were 2 different fabrics. It sat in my stash for years, literally years, and I'm so pleased with the make. The fabric's lovely, it works really well, I love wearing it. I think that will go really nicely with my shorts and when I've finished the jacket, which I'm just cutting out at the moment when I've made that. So a little bit more information about this lovely pattern. I'm having a bit of a love affair with Pattern Emporium at the moment, and I love their instructions. If you are a beginner, have a look at Pattern Emporium. Get your instructions printed out in a booklet. They are fantastic. I didn't make any adjustments on these at all, and they would fit somebody with wider hip than me. Their sizing is really accurate. I thought with it being a toile, they are a wearable toile. I thought with them being a toile, I would go ahead and make them without any adjustments, and then I'll make the adjustments, see how they were, because I just needed an extra pair of shorts. I'm so short of shorts. I have no shorts, so I could do with 3 or 4 pairs really. I desperately needed shorts. I thought I'll make them. If they're not quite perfect, it really won't matter, and then I can adjust the pattern. Well, I'm not going to be adjusting the pattern. I might make them the shorter length, just to give me a different option. I love this length. I'll be making more in this length. I will just make the elastic tighter. I might make the different waistband. If I'd have chosen the fold over covered waistband, that would have given me the option to just undo and tighten up the elastic, but I didn't have enough fabric to do that, unless I'd have made the waistband up with a different fabric on the inside and made it up as half a waistband, and it would have just been a little bit different. So I could have done that. Now I do have another cream linen that I'll have a look at, see if that will go with my, well, it'll make nice shorts anyway. Whether or not it goes with the jacket, I think I've got enough fabric. So yeah, the pattern instructions are fantastic. I'll just show you the line drawings if I can just find them. I like the way they're laid out. They're not dissimilar to Cashmerette. They have lots and lots of detail. So you've got a whole lot of quite comprehensive styles that you can make with this pattern. And I would have loved to have made the cuffs. Didn't have enough fabric. I think, you know, a turn up would have been nice, and I will make that in another pair. I made the top stitched waistband. You get 3 waistband options. That was my top stitched waistband. I think if I'd done the covered or the enclosed waistband, which are both slightly different, that would have been better as far as adjusting my elastic would have gone. But I have no complaints at all. I really like the shape of them. They feel well, hopefully you'll see when you see the photographs of them. They feel and look very quite dressy, I think, for a pair of shorts. Shorts not the most dressy garment, are they? So, oh, Claire, what are you doing? Sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to show you. Here we go. I'm trying to show you just a few examples of the type of graphics you get with the lovely pattern instructions. I particularly like, they're quite, aren't they great graphics? I particularly like the fact that if you know what you're doing and you're confident to sew, there's a quick sew section. And now I want to find it, I can't find it, of course. There's a quick sew section that just shows you a quick outline of the, sewing the pattern. No. Anyway, another lovely example, that's the one I did. It shows you exactly how to do the waistband. I mean, waistbands are straightforward when you've done a few, aren't they? And but this is why I think it would be so good for beginners. I also love all the styling information. Now that's something that certainly big 4 patterns tend not to give you. You get the styling information on the front, but I hope, here you go, there's just so much styling information in these patterns, which I find really helpful. So I loved the pattern. I have no complaints about the pattern. It does tell you to double check your waistband elastic length because of course you can't, it says to you, this is the last step before you would have to redo it completely if it didn't fit. And mine did fit okay before, well, yeah, I think it's the weight of the shorts. They're fine. If I've had a meal or something, they'll probably fit really comfortably. My waistband fluctuates so much. But I think if I make the next pair, I'll make the waistband a little bit tighter. So it's good to have a selection of different ones that I can work with. So I'll be wearing these hopefully with my downtown jacket. I'm quite excited. I'm cutting that out as we speak. I just thought I'd come and do my video because it started to rain. The light will go quite quickly, I think, today. We've had a beautiful sunny morning, the most wonderful yellow tones of sunlight, a lovely autumnal day. It was a bit chilly. I noticed from my photographs. I was taking my photographs. I was quite chilly at one point. Yeah, it was not really a day to be out in shorts. And then, of course, 2 hours later, it's raining. But there we go. I think it was 7 degrees when I was taking my photographs of my shorts. Only in England. This is what happens when you go on a sunshine holiday in the middle of winter and you're sewing your wardrobe for your sunshine holiday. And what you really want to be sewing is things that are nice and cosy and warm. So talking about cosy and warm, this is my Hortensia cardigan that I knitted. This was the first one I knitted 3. I knitted this, probably 4 years ago, at least 4 years ago, maybe 5. It was how annoying. The Hortensia cardigan by Annie. I want to say Annie Olsen. It's not Annie Olsen at all. She's a clothing pattern designer. I'm going to have to put it down below. And I was only just thinking about it before I came in here when I picked it up. I thought, oh yes, I will say who the knitting pattern was. It's fairly irrelevant. She's taken all her patterns off Ravelry, so if you don't have her pattern, I'm sorry it's no longer available. But it's nice because it's cropped, so it just sits nicely on the waist. It's really nice to wear with high cut trousers or with dresses. And I have it in this blue, I have it in a dark red, and I made it in a turquoise colour as well. So yes, it's still not come to me. There we go. I'm going to blame my age. Yeah, so there we are. So what's arrived in the post this week? Well, I've had some patterns arrive. I've sent for the Pattern Emporium downtown jacket in the roomy fit because I'm going to make a kind of warmer jacket and a winter jacket, winter coat, short car coat type thing. So that's arrived this week. And I've also ordered the Bridget trousers, so the new Love Notions pattern in collaboration with Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery, and I was very excited to order those, and I'm really looking forward to making those. I love ponte pants, so yeah, I'm looking forward to those. And what else arrived this week? Nothing else has arrived, but I have placed some more orders. I've ordered buttons for my car coat and other buttons, some replacement from the trimming shop. They're not buttons, they're press studs, metal press studs. I've ordered some ponte fabric in a fabric, it's in a green, you can't see it because it's higher than my camera will go, but it's a lovely light, it's like a chartreuse green, it's a nice winter green, and they have a really lovely quality ponte that is a 75% viscose and 20% nylon, and I like a viscose nylon ponte because it doesn't tend to bobble, whereas the polyester can, especially if there's a lot of polyester in your ponte. So I'm quite excited for that to come. That's from Croft Mill. They are near Colne, which is not far from Burnley in Lancashire, and it's the right weight for the Bridget trousers, so I'm looking forward to making those, and it will also go with the most beautiful Etra fabric that I bought that I intend to make a shirt from. So I also ordered the Astle skirt pattern, and I bought from Stitch Fabrics when they were in town this lovely satin, which you've seen, so a crepe back satin, which you've seen already when I did my fabric haul from Stitch Fabrics. So yeah, looking forward to sewing those up. Hello, I'm back. It's evening and I've finished cutting out my Pattern Emporium and downtown jacket in the white linen. I've still got the interfacing to do, but the fabric is all done, so I thought I'd pop back up and tell you. Life this week has been interesting. I had a lovely evening meal out with Mr. Bobbins yesterday. We went to our local Thai restaurant and had a delicious meal there. It was lovely. Last weekend it was the Cheshire Sewing Social at Smallwood Village Hall, close to where I live, and Sandra Stitched and I run a sewing social there. We had a lovely day there with all the ladies that join us regularly. We've got a really good crowd there. We had a very, very nice afternoon tea style lunch. And that was delicious as always, provided for us by Alex Smallholding, just across the road from the village hall. They do a marvellous job with homemade cakes and sandwiches and salads and fruit, and oh, it's lovely. So we did that. So hello ladies, if you were there on Sunday, I hope you had a lovely day. We've got a really nice social group developing there, and it's, yeah, really enjoyable to be there. So this weekend, Mr. Bobbins and I are going to an afternoon tea dance. It is a vintage, it has a vintage theme. I'm not sure we'll be going vintage. I haven't really got anything special made vintage wise at the moment. So we'll probably just be going in our regular social dancing clothes, something me made, I'm sure. I'm not quite decided what to wear, but something me made. I'll pick something that's most suitable vintage wise. So that's this Sunday afternoon, which will be lovely, and there'll be a lovely afternoon tea there with scones and cream, and yeah, very nice. So that's this Sunday, and there'll be some dancing, but at the moment, because of my rotator cuff injury, I'll be dancing one-handed or no-handed. So I'll be a bit limited as to what I can do, but there we go, it'll be fine, we'll manage, we'll do our best. have dance lessons tomorrow, our private dance lesson tomorrow in the afternoon, and then our group dance lesson in the evening. So that will keep us out of mischief for tomorrow. I shall look forward to that. And that's it for this week. It's been a lovely week. I really enjoyed it. I had some sewing time. I've had some time with Mr. Bobbins. I've spent some time with friends, socialising. Good luck to all those people at the dressmakers ball this weekend. I know Sandra Stitch is going to be there. I'm very envious. Her outfit looks amazing. So have a lovely time, ladies, if you are, and gentlemen. I'm sure there'll be some gentlemen there in their me mates too. Have a fantastic time there. And that's it from me. It's been lovely to see you. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.